So, okay, let us look at what we have seen up to now. Quick summary. We start with the statement Tattvamasi comes after establishing cause-effect relationship, which is normal for all disciplines of knowledge, including science. Then the cause-effect relationship being presented as something which is Mithya, not real. This is where we differ from other systems, including science. That any cause-effect relationship is really speaking Mithya. Therefore, there is no real cause and effect. There is no creation. There is only a manifestation. Creation implies, why the word? We say manifestation, not creation. When it comes to religious, spiritual affairs, the word creation has different connotations. In English, in the Judeo-Christian systems, the Occidental religions, Islam, Christianity, Jews, where this one guy sitting up somewhere and creating things down here. That is why there is a whole question of whether we should teach evolution or we should teach creation. In fact, in American schools, various places they teach the theory of creation. That means God made the earth and the whole universe in 7 days as an alternate to the theory of evolution. Only when some minister says it, it becomes a big hue and cry. Of course, I think the minister is foolish. That's a different thing. But there is an established thing in public school. That apart. Whereas when we are talking about a theory of so-called creation, it is not really creation. Why? Because the Sat itself has become the many. Like pot becoming clay, clay becoming pot, iron becoming nail cutter, etc. Gold becoming ornaments. Therefore, there is no real becoming. The thing is as it is. Gold is as it is in an ornament. Iron is as it is in a nail cutter. Therefore, we use the word manifestation instead of creation. Like waves in the water. There is no real creation, it's just a manifestation. And the moment you say that, it implies the cause-effect relationship, karya-karana sambandha, is mithya. And that is important to understand that. Because if it was real, moksha would not be a possibility. Moksha will be some sense of beatitude. You go to some dimension, stay there nicely, happily, for some time, whatever time. And miss things on earth, therefore come back here. You are not going to get Belpuri in heaven anyway. Or chaat. कैसा मिलेगा heaven? नहीं है. So, because of this, it becomes beatitude, that's all, nothing more than that. A place where you go and have a nice time and come back. Where the problems of earth are not there, but may have its own local issues. It has its own local issues. Every place will have some local issues. Place means what? Time and space. Therefore limitations. Therefore you can like something, not like something. That's why Milton in his Paradise Lost makes a very famous speech. He puts it in the mouth of Satan, because if he had not put it in the mouth of Satan, he would have been hounded by the church. There he says, the mind in itself and its own place can make a heaven out of hell or a hell out of heaven. True. It's after all only a place. What you make of it counts. How you choose to respond to the situation, that's what makes it count. Because your life is not only made by the situation, but by how you deal with it. In fact, your destiny is made not only by your situation, but also how you deal with it. So, that is why we don't take it as creation, it's only manifestation. Karya Karanam is Mithya. Because in Hinduism, also in the Vedic, this Puranic literature, we have 7 dimensions, 14 dimensions. We are sophisticated people. We don't want just heaven and yeah, the variations, because variations of karma are there. आगे पीछे होते हैं ना. Variations of suffering are also there. Yeah, logical. All that is what? We accept it is there. Cause effect. But manifestation. Therefore, not real. Without understanding Satyam Mithya, there is no Vedanta, okay? That's why the Upanishad deals with that. Vacharabhanam Vikaro Namadeyam, it says. It doesn't use the word Satyam Mithya, etc. Mithya it doesn't use. But it says Vacharabhanam. It's only a word, he says. The whole thing is dependent on a word. That means what? It's only a concept. Any design engineer here? Anyone into design? No. Otherwise you will say that, no? All things are created twice. Once inside, then outside. Yeah. What do you call creation? Only an actualization of a concept. When you do it. When Ishvara does it, it's only concept. Why is everything? Nothing outside him. For you there is inside outside. There is no inside outside, everything is within. Not within actually, everything is him. Therefore it just becomes to think and it is so. Therefore, that's Satyam Mithya has to be very clear. In anything that you deal with, the moment you say something is useful, you have to deal with it, you have to understand it as Mithya. It is not the useless snake on the rope that is Mithya. It is a useful table that is Mithya. It is a useful kurta that is Mithya. It is a useful relationship that is Mithya. That some of you know very well. A relationship, Mithya. Roles, Mithya. Once you understand that, then when you say Tattvamasi, all that Samanadikarnyam, Visheshna Vishesha Bhava, then Lakshana because it's contradictory, and in the Lakshana using Bhagatyaga Lakshana, all that will fall into place. Then all that is there is no me and Ishvara. There is only one Chaitanya. One consciousness alone is there. Any doubts or clarifications you need on this point, don't go off on this. Okay. I may come back to this later because you can speak. Okay. Yeah.
Is Chaitanya also Mithya?
Chaitanya is yourself. The one who sees the Mithya is real. I established Mithya is all that is separate from you. So you cannot become Mithya. Yeah. What is non-negatable? Try it out, See if you can negate yourself. Then you will find you cannot negate yourself, you are the reality. Everything else you can negate without actually having to negate it. This table, I shift attention from the form table to wood. The table stands negated. It's only wood. Whereas you shift your attention from everything, all the roles etc. will vanish, but you, the one who is aware of the whole thing, will remain.
There is only one Satyam,
Yeah, that's yourself.
I only.
Yeah.
That is only.
Now when Tattvamasi is being taught, they will normally say in the 4 Mahavakyas, Tattvamasi is the Upadesha Vakya. True, because Shvetagaitu was taught by Uddalaka. Now, I don't fully agree with this division. Aham Brahmasmi is the Anubhava Vakya. Anubhava Vakya meaning how the student receives it from one standpoint. Though in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, first chapter, 4th section, it stands independent by itself. Okay? It stands independent by itself. Let us see from both the standpoints. Both the standpoints. When he says Aham Brahmasmi, how is that statement? To see it as your own validation is easier. Therefore, let us start with that. When the teacher says Tattvamasi, what is the student going to say? Tattvamasi. No, the student has to receive that. No? Because what is being talked about? Me, Aham, me. Okay? The champion who has come and told the teacher, hey, teach me something. Adihi Devo Brahmeti. He has come properly. It's okay, okay. Now don't start getting firewood for me, you know, Samit Pani, etc. What will I do with firewood? So the one who has come to the teacher and he is learning, now he has to receive this knowledge. Therefore, Aham has to be the first. Me. I am what? What does the teacher say? You are Brahman. So what does the student have to reply? What does the student have to understand? The understanding has to be in harmony with the teaching. Otherwise there is no communication. Forget teaching. In any communication, the message I send has to be the message you receive. The message you send has to be the message I receive. Otherwise communication is not complete. What is my intention here has to come out in my expression and has to go into your understanding, right? All the way. It has to go into your ear listening and your understanding all the way. First principle of communication, those who have come to my workshops. My intention has to be equal to my expression. Look at it. That's why all the lakshanas are necessary, because through finite words, I am trying to point out to somebody who has taken himself, herself as finite, that you are not finite, you are limitless Brahman. It cannot be a direct meaning of any word, because the direct meaning of any word will be finite. Therefore, I have to create a context. The context of that infinite is everything. Everything is Ishvara, Jagat Karanam Brahma. Therefore, from that all this has come. Therefore, that coming is not really coming, it is Mithya. Karya Karanam is Mithya. Therefore, all this is Mithya. Therefore, what remains is you, the Satyam. Tattvamasi iti, in nutshell. Look at how this whole thing is created. There is this methodology of the teaching. We are not talking on Vedanta, we are not talking about Vedanta. We are unfolding what you are. Now in this, when the student hears it, and agar ganti baj gayi to, when it clicks inside, what does he have to say? Aham Brahmasmi iti. Now, is this knowledge, I am Brahman, similar to this is a file? Very file level. Is it the same? Or this is a book? Is the knowledge I am Brahman similar to this is a book? No. In one way, both are pramana-janya jnanam. This is by perception. Brahman is by Shabda. Both are valid pramanas. So that way it is the same. This is a finite entity. You being Brahman is not a finite entity. Therefore, in receiving also there is a huge difference. Huge difference. a little bit about the pramana operation. When you see this object, refer back to what I said in the first day, perception. And normally the theory of perception is photometry based, light based. That the light is reflected from the object to my eyes and I see it. It goes to my retina, image is formed in the retina, the optic nerve takes it to the cognitive part of the brain, the frontal lobe. And based on my past experience, I say this is book, perception. Because I need past experience for saying it's a book. Otherwise I would say color combinations I will see. So the photometry will explain perception, okay, in terms of correct knowledge taking place. Remember what is the, okay, I am going back to school physics and school science because it will be easier. How are your eyes being defined as? Like a camera, no? Clicks. Okay. Now, it's a little bit, the light is a little low. Okay. It's not dark, there is light, but low light. You're walking on the road, what is there is rope. What you saw was snake. How do you explain that using photometry? Because if your eye is like a camera and your brain is like a computer, what should it say? What will your camera say and your phone camera say? Low light.
Low light.
It will come out there, no? Low light. If you have artificial intelligence there, it will say it also. Your Siri will say it. Low light, low light. Low light, depending on how you have kept the voice. Correct? But no, what does the mind do? You are not imagining a snake, you are actually seeing it then. That means photometry is not enough, you need something more. Photometry is enough to see the theory of perception, not error. Not enough to show non-perception. You are lost in thought. Khayalo mein hai. Friend walks in. Stands right in front of you. Light is being reflected from that person to you, to your eyes. The image is formed in the retina, etc. The message is going, but nothing is clicking. You are not seeing him. Why? Your mind is elsewhere. And he waves his hand in front of you. Kya khayalo mein kya? Okay. किसका आवाज हो रही, किसका बारे में सोचते थे? Whom were you thinking about? Every one of us has experiences. You see what you do not see. You see but you don't see. Therefore, not perceiving like this and the theory of error involves something more than photometry. Am I saying like that minister photometry is wrong? No. I am not saying, I am not being the minister. I am just saying you need something more. ये सब ऐसा statement qualify करना पड़ता है आजकल. Otherwise, there will be a lot of accusations coming against all these Hindutva characters are fanatic, they are against science. Anyway, so what is that extra necessary? Okay, for every object that you perceive outside, two operations takes place in the mind. One, the mind has to take the form of the object. Mind has to take the form of the object. This is one operation. This is called Vritti Vyapti. This is called Vritti Vyapti. Vritti, the thought, Vyapanam, pervading the object. Okay. Taking the form of the object. Second operation. The first operation, why is it necessary? To remove the distance between me and the object in terms of time-space ignorance. There is a distance between me and the object, either in terms of time and space or ignorance. This may be very close to me, but I may be ignorant about what it is. So, because of this, I need vritti vyapti. Then what? The second operation is I have to say this is a book. Only then my knower known relationship is complete. Otherwise, it's not complete. It will be like that form, thought being formed. Retina mein hai, lekin it has not formed here. Subject-object relationship has not been established because the second operation could not take place. Phala vyapti is not there. So, first operation, mind taking the form of the object is vritti vyapti. Second operation, I objectifying it and saying this, is called phala vyapti. Both happen almost simultaneously, one after the other, but fast. You don't even notice how fast it happens. Why? Because the fastest thing in the universe is the mind. Light takes 8 minutes to reach here from the sun. 8 minutes. It's a slow coach compared to your mind. When you think of the sun, how long does it take? Instantaneous. S-U-N, I mean, not S-O-N. It's instantaneous. Even S-O-N is instantaneous. Yeah. Fastest thing in the universe. Not light. Mind. Therefore, it happens almost instantaneously. Now look at what happens. Object outside is rope. I can't see it clearly. I am ignorant of the rope. But being a human mind, it has to conclude. Now in ignorance it is concluding. What will it conclude? Anything other than rope, because if it is rope, you know it. For various psychological reasons. Either love of snakes, fear of snakes, overexposure to snakes, whatever. That you can give. The thought formed inside was snake. What did you objectify? The thought. Snake. What did you see? Snake. What is there? Rope. But what did you see? Snake. Error. Because phala vyapti was, vritti vyapti was snake, not rope. That means what? The distance between you and the snake in terms of ignorance, you and the rope in terms of ignorance, not gone. The first operation is to remove ignorance, not gone. So the second operation is to establish subject-object relationship. Established. Snake. Though it's actually rope. So error is because of this. Photometry alone is not enough to explain error. Now comes the fun thing. Teacher is teaching, okay? Uddalaka in Tanduriya is teaching. Sitting under a tree. Uddalaka didn't refer to any Upanishad. Okay? What he said was Upanishad. They are the mantra, they are the teachers, okay? So he is sitting and teaching. And he said, Sa Atma Tato Masi Shvetaketu. That's why he said Shvetaketu was a great kid. He was cocky, he was not really arrogant and things like that. Arrogant man will not understand this. He must have been a bit cocky as youngsters are, which is okay. Which is a good sign in youngsters. Not in adults, in youngsters it's a good sign, okay. Yeah, youngsters is a good sign. Young adults also is a good sign. So he says what? What is happening in his mind? If there has to be a recognition of the Atma, mind has to take what form? Book form. Clock form. Atma? It has to say Atmakara vritti has to happen. That means what? Atmakara vritti is myself. I. Why is vritti necessary? Because I have ignorance of the Atma in my mind. I don't know I am Jagat Karanam Brahman. I don't know that. I don't know I am limitless consciousness. I don't know that. Therefore, that vritti has to take place to remove ignorance from my mind. Then tell me, once the vritti has taken place, can you say, this is the Atma? If you say it, you don't know. If you say you don't know. Because if the mind takes the form of the Atma, it is actually resolved. The mind is resolved into yourself. Ignorance is gone. But then subject-object relationship is not established. It is not established, nor is it necessary. Because you already have an established relationship with yourself as I. Remember first class I said, you are self-evident. You have to be known to yourself to use a pramana. Remember me saying that in the first class. You have to be independently established and you should know you are. That's why I asked that question in the first class. How do you know? By which means of knowledge did you know you are, you exist? Self-evident. Swata Siddham. Swayam Jyoti. These are the terms used in the Upanishads. Swayam Jyoti. And because Upanishad said Swayam Jyoti, someone said you sit in meditation and see a light inside, you are a realized soul. That way you can see a lot of things inside. Sab mithya rahega. It's all there, but it's all mithya. Swayam Jyoti means self-effulgent. Self-effulgent means what? Let your light shine. Someone came and once told me, Swamiji, you must be a great soul. I said, why? There's such a shine on your face. I know. That's not because I am a great soul, that's because I have an oily complexion. और क्या बोलेगा? No, you really are a great soul. I said, I don't have one soul, I have 4 of them. All of them very effective. 2 here, 2. All of them very effective. Self-effulgent doesn't mean that. Self-effulgent means you know that you are without the necessity of any means of knowledge. Therefore, your relationship with yourself as I is established. I know I am. I exist. I only don't know what I am. मैं हूँ, I know. मैं कौन हूँ, I don't know. कैसा हूँ, I don't know. ऐसा क्यों हूँ, I don't know. ऐसा क्यों हूँ, वैसा क्यों हूँ. That I don't know. मैं हूँ, I know. So, the second operation, the vritti vyapti, first operation, vritti vyapti takes place. The second operation cannot take place, need not take place. That's the beauty of it. Therefore, we call it an akhanda akara vritti, where only the vritti vyapti is there. It is called akhanda akara vritti. The vritti, the shape of the vritti is akhandam. Akhanda meaning what? Akhanda Atma. As true as the Atma is. My vritti of the book has to be true to the book. My vritti of that rope has to be true to the rope. My vritti of the Atma has to be true to the Atma. Then what will happen? Vritti resolved into the Atma. Who's there to say, this is Atma? I have said, Aham Brahmasmi. Because I received that knowledge, Aham Brahmasmi. Received. Clear?
Here it's not happening instantly. Sir, it almost happens simultaneously. But
Yeah.
here there is a
Time gap. In perception, it is direct. Yes, in perception it is direct. In teaching, it seems to take time. It seems to take time. For how long did it take for Shetaketu to know. How many years? Teaching over? He says, thank you, Bharat. I'm fine. I'm Brahma. He walked away. For Arjuna, end of the Gita, what did he say? Nashta Mohas Matal. How much time? The time for the teaching, that's all. For Maitreyi, Gargi, etc., the Rishikas of the Upanishad, same thing. Teaching time. Why? They are all Uttam Adhikaris. Their Adhikaritvam was complete. Viveka, Vairagya, Ashat Sampatti, Moksha. Ekdam. Full measure. Uttam Adhikaris. You and me, thoda gada mazuri karne ka. Me also, I'm including myself. Of course I had to do it. It was not instantaneous. One teaching and I said, in fact it took me time to recognize Pujya Swamiji as a guru. He was friend, philosopher and guide for me. For quite some time. Why? I met him as a teenager here. What are you talking about? 16, 17. He was only 40-year-old. Swamiji was only 40. Yeah, I met him then. At 17 I was not a jignasu. Mumukshutvam tha thoda. Jignasu nahi tha. It took time. When I became ready as a student, I recognized, oh my God, this is Guru, not friend philosopher guy. Then the whole thing changed. But फिर भी थोड़ा गधा मजदूरी करना पड़ेगा. My mind is not ready, that's all. If the mind is ready like Arjuna, after that Arjuna did not go, let me think over it. Mananam karega thoda. Let me meditate upon it. Contemplation, nididhyasana. A battle awaits, where is the time for all that? Nashto moha smrutar labdva. Delusion gone, I got back everything. The Gandhiva that slipped from my hand leaps back into my hand now. Let's roll. Fine, ready. Yeah, let's roll. He didn't say, now that I am a wise man, I will not. Ahimsa paramo dharma. I will not kill. I will not hurt a soul. I will not even initiate any action. I will not respond to it. I will only respond. Actually, I don't know why he's responding. But whatever. He didn't say that. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Himsa dharmo tataivacha. For the sake of dharma, himsa is also good as ahimsa only. There's a time for war, there's a time for peace. What about meditation? Not necessary. All that I had done before. Yeah, he was Maharati here. The best meditators I have seen have been warriors, not Vedanta students. Vedanta students will sit and say, नहीं होता meditation मेरे से क्या करूँ? I'm getting distracted. The warrior says nothing distracts me. I'm the Zen master. Threat comes. Let it come. Sakshi, witness. Then one flash. That's it. Ho gaya ka. Yeah. That's that level warrior, okay? Not your son who's going to the karate class. That is Gada Mazuri martial arts. That is necessary in the beginning. After that only you can come up to here. Thoda Gada Mazuri karne ka. Yeah. So, his mind was already ready. Sakshi Bhava, etc. was natural for him. Focus, awareness, etc. was very natural. You heard stories of, you remember the school book? That time had stories. I don't know whether now that story is there in the school book. About the test the Pandavas and the Kauravas had to go through when they were kids for archery. Shoot at that bird business.
Yes. Mango.
Ah, that should mango bird. There are 2-3 versions of it. What do you see? I see the sky, the tree, the forest. Bird also. No. What do you, I went on, no, everyone. What do you see? The bird. What else? Nothing but the bird. Shoot. Huh? Huh? Eye of the bird. Eye of the bird. No. Again, variations are there. So, shoot. They don't even bother to check up whether the arrow had reached the target. Why? The mind has reached the target, the energy has flowed to the target, the arrow only has to follow its path. But is that how you fight a battle? Focusing, this character. There are 10 characters around, what about them? So you need focus, you need diffused awareness, you need focused awareness on that character, you need the diffused awareness on everybody else. That is a warrior. That is a warrior's mind. So how contemplative is that? You cannot get it without being contemplative. If you say, I'll focus and I'll get it, nahi ho jayega. Diffusion nahi aayega. No, I'll get very diffused. Focus nahi aa jayega. You won't get the focus. Focus and diffusion twist. Simultaneous. That is a contemplative mind. I'm using a new paradigm, that's all. The contemplative mind is that. Then you can focus at the same time, have the diffused awareness of everything. Even a hunter has to be like that. He's very focused on following the tiger. He better be careful. If his awareness is not diffused, the hunter will become the hunted. The tiger will come around and come behind you. They are very capable. I followed the spoor of a wild boar here. After Vishwanath was attacked to find out where they are, what they are. You will be very careful because he can turn around and come behind you. Then what? You thought you were the hunter. Salman Khan will get slammed. That's what will happen. Yeah. Therefore, he did not require all this. Teaching happened, received. Aham brahmasmi iti. Uska baad kya? After that, life goes on, whatever way you want it. Like Arjuna, you want to go and pick up the battle again, pick it up. Like Yajnavalkya, you want to walk off and become a monk, walk off. Become a sannyasi, walk off. Your choice. It's your choice. What do you want to do? You do. Your choice. Jatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Krishna in the Gita. Whatever you want to do. You're free. Therefore, that receiving is in the form of Aham Brahmasmi. That line is used to indicate that I have understood the truth. Okay? Understood. But if you look at it, it comes in the Brihadaranyaka Vakya. Okay? Now the Yajurveda, when it comes there, it is put slightly different. Okay? He says Brahman is everything, he says. Okay? Starts by saying, it's a huge section. Okay? The first chapter, fourth chapter itself is a fourth chapter, okay. There are 3 chapters before. It's a huge section. There it starts by saying Brahman is everything. And out of Brahman, again the same thing. The whole thing, everything has come. Then it goes into some details about how the cosmic form, the cosmic mind, all this it talks about. Okay? The totality it talks about. Okay? Then it talks about individual also. It talks about that yin and yang theory has come from there. It talks about the male form, the female form, male form, female form. It talks about a lot of male and female. Okay? How it became everything, how it became, just to show it manifested as everything. Then it says, Atma vaya idam agram asid. It started saying Brahman is before everything. Then he says Atma is everything. And Soham Brahmasmi. Okay, he says that I am that Brahman, that which was there before all this, Aham Brahman Asmi iti. Now look at it here also, all the things are applicable. Samanadikarnyam भिन्न प्रवृत्ति निमित्तानां पदानां एकस्मिन् बिंबे तात्पर्यम्. Aham and Brahman, two different things. But तात्पर्य is only in one. Therefore, Visheshna Vishesha Bhava not possible because I cannot be Brahman, Brahman cannot be me literally. Therefore, Lakshana. From Aham, what are you going to negate? What is negatable? All the roles, etc. What is not me? What is Mithya? From Brahman, what are you going to negate? All that is negatable, what is Mithya? Whole Namarupa. All the Namarupa that is manifested as Mithya, negatable. Why? What is there is only existence awareness. What is here is only existence awareness. What is there is only existence awareness. Therefore, what is there? One existence awareness. Therefore, Aham Brahmasmi the same. All the things that I applied for Tattvamasi, every one of that is applicable for Aham Brahmasmi also. Same thing. Are you getting that? Or you need me to elaborate a bit? Samanadhikaranyam is what? Different words standing for one entity. When you say Aham Brahmasmi, what it is? One entity. Even though there are different words, even though the words are different, even though the Aham stands for me, Brahman stands for Jagat Karanam. Therefore, if words are in Samanadhikaranyam, the meaning of the words will be in adjectival relationship. Vishesha, Visheshana. Adjectival. One will become adjective, the other. Aham cannot be an adjective for Brahman because Brahman will become samsari. Because I am samsari. I have not yet understood, therefore I am samsari. If Brahman is an adjective for me, I will become Jagat Karanam, the cause of the world. What world? I can only create confusions. I cannot create anything other than that. Therefore, not possible, not tenable. The sentence is either meaningless or you have to go for implied meaning, Lakshana. Does Jahal Lakshana work? What word can you give up to bring in something else? No word exists. Instead of Aham, instead of me, I will say, my wife, Brahmasmi, Brahmasi iti. Like saying Tattvamasi, you can say that only if you are a wise person. You can't replace Sambandha, bring in something by relationship. You can't bring in. Then give up something. Give up Aham. Brahma asti iti. That becomes belief. There is Brahman. Take it. What is that Brahman? Whatever it is, let it be. Brahman is there somewhere, asti. Asti iti jnanam is only belief. Isn't it? Asti, it is there. Bhagwan hai. Take yaar, rehne do na. Don't disturb him. If he disturbs him and comes down, there's a lot of problems here. Let God be in heaven and there will be peace on earth. Acha. What is it? Can you see? You can't drop. What can you drop? You can't add. What are you going to add? Jahat, ajahat, more not possible. Then bhagatyaga. Jaha, jaha, lakshana. Combination. Jaha, jaha, lakshana or known as bhagatyaga lakshana. Bhagatyaga is easy for you to remember. Ek bhag ko tyag karo. Bhagatyaga. Don't drop aham completely. Only drop all your notions about aham. What are your notions about yourself? मैं ऐसा है वैसा हूँ, that notions drop. What you have misunderstood yourself to be, body, mind, this, that, etc. Drop. Those notions drop. Then you think Brahman has become the world. It has become the world without becoming. Why? All becoming is mithya. It has become without becoming. How can that happen? Ashram hai. Pujya Swamiji ka memory is strong. So he used to tell us a story during his younger days, okay? In the village. In the village, there is a custom in ancient, olden India. Ancient meaning 100 years back, okay, 50 years back. This is custom. That in a village, since food, etc., restaurants were not very common, food was not sold. So everyone would open their door at lunchtime and say, is there anyone who needs a meal? Anyone. That's why Atiti Devo Bhava, etc. Anyone. Strangers. Come have a meal and go. What a culture that was. What a culture. That's why in 1837 when Macaulay travelled all over India, he didn't meet one beggar. One beggar he did not meet. Can you imagine a foreigner travelling in India and not meeting a beggar? Impossible. Impossible. Yeah. He records it. And then the subversion started after that. Instead of appreciating it, he started subverting it with the education system. Anyway, that apart. So, in this given village, there was a monk, a sannyasi. And this sannyasi, naturally, if someone says anyone wants a meal, sannyasis are supposed to live on bhiksha. So, he would make different houses, he'll go different day, not to be a burden on one house. Bhavati bhikshamdi. So, he says, is there a meal? Bhavati bhikshamdi. Okay, come, sit, eat. There was one family in that village who never would, but miserly, wouldn't share. So they will look out from the window, go high around, nobody is there, you'll open the door, anyone who needs a meal? Close, okay. And the wife was very anukulam to him, you know. So the sannyasi decided, all said and done, I am supposed to be a teacher, even though they have not accepted me as guru, thoda, I have to teach them, this is not the way to live. So one day he hid behind the pillar. And the moment that guy announced, is there? He said, yes. Because he has to follow the norms. No? In a village, you have to follow norms, okay? Any place, you have to follow the local norms. No? So, caught him inside, please sit. Then he went inside, told his wife, I have cooked only for 2 people. Are you willing to go hungry? I'll give your share to you. I am not willing to go. Now what to do? So they decided, they hatched a plan. You know, a sannyasi is not supposed to be in a place where a raging quarrel is going on between husband and wife. Can go afterwards to help them resolve issues. When they are actually fighting, no. Let them give them the privacy to fight. Then if they need help, you can help. So he took the vadatand, you know the word, the stem of a plantain tree, flapped it into 2 and started hitting. It sounds as though you are slapping. So the raging fire and she is crying and the sound of slapping is coming and after some time he peeped out, says, is the sannyasi there? No, true to our tradition, the sannyasi has disappeared. So they got the food on. And the man is telling the wife, see, look at it, without hitting you, I hit you. And the wife is saying, without being in pain, I cried. And the sannyasi drops from the rafters above, without going, I have come. So Brahman has, without becoming, has become the work. Okay? Without becoming has become. It's a rustic example, but Puja Swamiji. So I'm remembering it. Okay? Yeah. You think it's only you all miss loved ones? We also miss loved ones. It's not a problem for us, that's all. It's joy. You remember the loved one and you have joy in it. Yeah. That's the only difference. So, without change. Why without change? Because it cannot change. How can Brahman change? It is the source of time and space. It is timelessness itself. It is limitlessness itself. It is not conditioned by time and space. All change is within time and space. Therefore, without really undergoing any change, it appears as the world. How? Like how the round earth appears as the flat earth. How the non-rising sun appears as the rising sun. How the colorless sky appears as the blue sky. Colorless space appears as the blue sky. Similarly, Brahman appears as the whole Jagat, the whole universe. Therefore, there is no real change. Therefore, Aham Brahmasmi means what? I am the changeless reality. I am the changeless one. Not Brahman is changeless. I am the changeless. That is Akhandakara Vritti. And that is the teaching. Therefore, Aham Brahmasmi stands independent of Tattvamasi and Brihadaranyaka. Though when we, as a scholar, we look at it, we say, okay, Upadesha Vakyam, Anubhava Vakyam, etc. Because that's how it looks like. You are okay. You are Aham Brahmasmi. Clean cut Mahavakya. By itself. Of course, then there are also theories. Brihadaranyaka propagates Eka Jiva Vada and Aneka Chandoge, Aneka Jiva Vada, all that some other time I will clarify. Okay? There is no real Eka Jiva Vada or Aneka Jiva Vada, it's only a way of presenting things. Okay. I don't want to confuse you all further with that. Because you may have the paradigm of the Brihadaranyaka is Eka Jiva Vada. Konsa? I don't want to say. The scholars have said it. As though there is only one Jiva in the world. It's very often, in many places, it's presented from the standpoint of the cosmic mind. Hiranyagarbha. The cosmic. Therefore, they say Eka Jiva, one Jiva. It is just totality, individuality, that's all. The cosmic form manifested, Virat. And said what? I am the only guy that is there. Therefore, Aham Brahmasmi. It's not Ekashiva Vada, it's only a standpoint of presenting. Okay? Yeah, one way of presenting it. If it is Ekajiva Vada, I will drink coffee and you will feel awake. ऐसा नहीं होता है ना. You can eat and I will feel full. I can exercise and you will feel slim. I wish that was true. It doesn't work like that. Therefore, this is Aham Brahmasmi. So we have seen 2 Mahavakyas already. This is only the second day. No? Saturday, Sunday. I have enough time, relax. People are wondering, itna time like that, to kaisa ho jayega? If there are any questions or clarification, shoot, we'll handle it before we go to the next class. I know there is one question that is pending, that adjectival thing. I will handle that. Okay, I will handle that. Give me a little time for that, because I want to come, in my scheme of things, I thought about putting the Satyam Jnanam Anantam a little later, after handling the 4 conventional or so-called popular ones. After that, I will come to that.
Only one thing. In any other knowledge, the mind, in any other knowledge, the mind concludes. In self-knowledge, the mind resolves. So that's why you said
correct.
Akhandakara.
Yeah, the mind is resolving. But resolving the mind will not give you knowledge. Be careful there. That's the problem in the theory of samadhi, etc. Sit down in samadhi because you are resolving the mind. Knowledge should take place. Array, the teaching was not there. That ignorance that is there has not gone because vritti vyapti has not happened. If vritti vyapti has not happened, ignorance will not go.
So that has to happen first.
Exactly. If I resolve the mind, that I do every day in deep sleep. Mind is resolved. You don't wake up wise. Resolving the mind is not the issue. Vritti vyapti is the issue. Though many of us can fall for this. Okay, confession time. I was one of those idiots who used to sit in samadhi. Sometimes I would go into samadhi, sometimes I wouldn't. Years ago, before I joined the ashram. And we had these grandfather clocks, those days, alarm, because sometimes I had to leave at 6:30 in the morning to catch the train to go to my work, my duty as a marine trainee. So I keep the clock on and samadhi. And if you go into samadhi, what will happen? You may not even hear the clock. And my mother would hear it in her room and say, why is this character not getting up? And he would come out to see, I'm sitting in some meditation. She would shake me awake. Where she'll call? Call, sunega kida? Nahi sunte. Samadhi mein. We would shake. Wrong way of coming out of samadhi, but she would do it. I said, okay. 1 year this went on. Sometimes in samadhi, sometimes not. Because samadhi is like that. You can't practice nirvikalpa samadhi. You can practice only savikalpa. Nirvikalpa has to happen. And at the end of 1 year, I'm thinking, I've not become any wiser here. I'm still the same idiot. What is wrong? I had enough self-esteem to say, nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with what I'm doing. Punareva Gurum Upasasara. And back. At that time, it was what, 70, 73, 74? 74. Shankaramatam was not yet made. And Swamiji was giving a talk in that ground, in Matanga. Dakshinamurti Sutra. The very first words I realized, what an idiot I have been. The pramana part I have skipped. I have only resolved my mind. Idiot, what are you doing? Of course, it gave me a great mind. That is true. But I had to reframe a lot of things. Correct? Resolving the mind is not enough. The mind gets resolved in Akhandakara Vritti because of the Vritti Vyapti. Therefore, their ignorance has gone. I have spoken to a lot of meditators who do only meditation. All of them have said, that final step, nahi hota hai. And I always tell them, the final step is cognitive, not experiential. Final step is cognitive. You have to recognize, hey, I am that Brahman. I am what I have been seeking. And recognize it. It's cognitive. It cannot be experiential. But can we not after that have an experience of samadhi? You can have before, you can have after also. Ki farak painde? You can have it before, you can have it after also. This is not to run down meditation. This is to show what is meant for what. Cognitive. Manasa eva anudrashtavyam. By the mind alone it can be seen. By the mind alone it has to be seen. Because vritti vyapti is necessary. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. From where the words come back, along with the mind, unable to catch it. That's with respect to phala vyapti. If you are looking for, saying, hey, this is Brahman, I saw it. You will not get it. Phala vyapti is not possible. Therefore, what is beyond the mind? Yato vacho nivartante manasa eva anudrashtavyam. It has to be seen by the mind. Anudrashtavyam, anupaschat. Afterwards. Afterwards means what? As the teaching happens, in keeping with that, in following that, you have to see the truth. Why? The pramana is used in teaching first, everything else later. Pramana vyapara is used in the teaching. Pramana is used in the teaching. If you have got it in teaching, then you can use it elsewhere, in meditation. Not otherwise. In your reflection about it, you can. Good place to stop. Think about it. We'll come back to it again. है ना? 5 दिन बाकी है, आराम से. Om Tat Sat.